Who are the Avs that will represent their country in the 2026 Olympics? This is your Denver Sports Daily for June 17th.
The biggest stories, the latest news. It's Denver Sports Daily.
The Winter Olympics are closer than ever, only 8 months away. So which Avs will take the ice to represent their countries? Since 2014, NHL players haven't played in the Winter Olympics due to the COVID restrictions in 2022 and contract agreements. There were some problems with the NHL and the Olympics back in 2018 that stopped players from playing. Now, Nathan Mackinnon and Cale Makar, they are the first two that will be representing Canada in 2026. Now, Mackinnon will represent Canada for the third time in just a year, playing for them in the Four Nations face-off, of course, back in February, and the International Ice Hockey Federation World Championship last month. It's a mouthful if I've ever seen one. International Ice Hockey Federation World Championship. Wow. Yeah, and that was just last month. Now, Makar will also be representing Canada in the Four Nations face-off. He played as well, but this will be both of their first opportunities to compete for Canada in the Olympics. Gabe Landeskog will also be representing his home country of Sweden in his second Olympic appearance. In 2014, Sweden won the silver medal in the Sochi Games. And Gabe Landeskog, this guy's only been back in the NHL for a postseason. That's it. He's playing in the postseason. He got a little bit of time up in Loveland. But he's out there representing his country now. Look at the comeback that this guy's had. How can you not be so excited for what Gabe Landeskog has pushed through in his career? If he can go out there and make a statement, it's just like, go out there and win an Olympic world medal. I mean, like, can you even imagine how it would be for somebody like him who comes off an injury that keeps him sidelined for 3 years, and he can go out the next season that he comes back, plays one postseason, goes to the Olympics? I'm rooting for him, honestly. I know that I should be full USA on this, but if Sweden ends up making a run and Gabe Landeskog wins a gold, I would not be sad. In fact, I would be very, very happy. Finally, Martin Necas will represent his country of Czechia in their first ever Olympic appearance. A few other former Avs will represent their country in the 2026 Olympics, but having four of your own is a flex in and of itself. We got 4 Avs going out there to represent their countries in the Winter Olympics, and it's already only 8 months away. I feel like the Olympics just happened, and that's how it is every time. But you get the Summer Olympics and then you get the Winter Olympics. It's really never too far in between with those two. But the Winter Olympics, again, only 8 months away. 4 Avs will be going out there to represent their countries. Nobody for the U.S. team, but there will be a bunch for Canada, of course. Canada's got a stacked team. Looking forward to seeing Gabe Landeskog represent Sweden. And, of course, last time he played, he won that silver medal. And then, of course, Martin Necas going out there for Czechia. It's going to be fun to watch. The Winter Olympics, that tournament is always so much fun to watch with the hockey, just the hockey aspect of it. I can't wait to see what happens with all of those players. Now, moving on. Warren Schaefer isn't worried about the Rockies continuing to break terrible, horrible, disgusting records. I mean, how many more times can I get on here and say that the Rockies are bad? Despite the Rockies being one of the worst teams in MLB history, the interim manager isn't worried that they continue to break bad, big, terrible records. Again, how many more words can I use to describe how upsetting this team has been to watch? Now, the Rocks, surprisingly, from the last few things I've said, they got their biggest win of the season on Sunday, beating the Braves 10-1. But nonetheless, they still had a bad performance. I know it sounds backwards. You win a game 10-1, biggest win of the season, but you have a bad performance. They did. They had a terrible performance. In the last 2 games of the Braves series, the Rockies struck out 35 times, setting a franchise record for the most strikeouts in a 2-game span. Two games, you're striking out 35 times. They also set a franchise record for the most strikeouts in a single game with 19. Now, the Rockies manager, Warren Schaefer, didn't seem to think it was a big deal, though, saying, quote, "Dude, you're talking about all these records. We won 10-1. That's all I'm worried about." Yay, the Rockies won. Now they're 15-57 in mid-June. That's all you're worried about. You got a big win. You're 15-57 now. Congratulations, Warren Schaefer. The Rockies, they're making a comeback. They're coming back. 15-57. We're postseason bound. No. You got to be worried about a few things. All you're worried about is winning 10-1. You got a regular season win. In the MLB, out of every pro sport in the league, regular season wins matter the least. There's 162 games in a season, and you're worried about one? You're worried about one win? You shouldn't be. It doesn't matter if you won 10-1. You got beat 20-0 just a month and a half ago. Less than a month ago, I believe. I mean, this is the worst team you can turn on your TV to see. And all they're worried about is winning one game against the Braves team who's been kind of mid this season. Sure, it's the Braves. They've got some good pieces. They've got some good players. You struck out 35 times in 2 games, but sure, you got to win. Hey, congratulations. You got to win. Doesn't matter if you struck out 35 times, 19 in one game. You are 15-57 now. Congratulations, Warren Schaefer. Congratulations, Rockies. You guys are playing the best baseball of your life. If you can't tell, I'm a little bit upset about the way that quote was phrased, because it's just so sad to see that you can be so lackadaisical when you're talking about how terrible a team has been throughout the entirety of the year. You got one win. Congrats. Moving on, a former Nugget is coming back to the Western Conference after a blockbuster trade. KCP, Kentavious Caldwell-Pope, was dealt to the Memphis Grizzlies as part of a massive trade that sent Desmond Bane to Orlando. The trade details are this. Desmond Bane went to Orlando. That's it. Orlando got Desmond Bane. Memphis got KCP, Cole Anthony, 4 first-round picks, and a pick swap. Let's run through that again. For one player, one great three-point shooter, they got KCP, a amazing three-point shooter, somebody who has championship blood, won 2 championships, plays a solid role wherever he goes. Cole Anthony, an explosive point guard who can pass, who can shoot, is a great overall player, was supposed to be the Magic's franchise guy for a year or two. And then 4 first-round picks and a pick swap. Sure, count that. 4 first-round picks for one guy. This could be worse than the Luka trade. And if you want to talk about the Luka trade, let's push that back in it. Luka went to the Los Angeles Lakers for 1 pick and Anthony Davis. I mean, sure. What? Luka Doncic for Anthony Davis and 1 first-round pick. Meanwhile, Desmond Bane is going to the Orlando Magic for 4 first-round picks and 2 solid players. I mean, wow. Memphis fleeced the Orlando Magic. Completely fleeced them. Now, KCP coming back to the West is going to be fun, because now that means that the Nuggets get to see him 4 times a year, double what they saw him in prior seasons, ever since he left. But what is going on with these trade blocks in the NBA nowadays? I mean, what's going on? There's no guessing what a trade is going to look like. I mean, you got 4 first-round picks and 2 players going to a guy like Desmond Bane, but then only Anthony Davis and a first-rounder going for somebody like Luka Doncic. There is no stagnancy. There is no security in trading in the NBA. There's just none. You can't tell what a player is actually worth, because sometimes you get overpaid like crazy on something like this, and then when you look at Luka, you're getting underpaid. You're getting fleeced on the other end. You're sending your best player away for a solid Anthony Davis, who used to be much better, but now can't stay healthy, and a first-round pick. You know what? Congratulations to the Memphis Grizzlies, because they just pulled off the heist of the century. Now, that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I will be back with you guys again tomorrow. We got more things to talk about with the Broncos. Training camp, again, is getting closer than ever. We are now only like a month and a half away from the NFL season really kicking into gear. But that'll do it for your Denver Sports Daily. I will see you all tomorrow. Until then, y'all have a great rest of your day. Bye, y'all.